Hello, my beautiful soul family. I welcome you all to my channel, The Mystical Hummingbird. I hope you're all having a good day today. And I hope that you've had a good week. I haven't been able to come out here. I've been really busy with my little patient. But I've had so many thoughts and so many things have happened to me the last little while that I have a lack of words actually to describe how I am really been feeling the last little while, except one that comes to mind, and it's the only one that can truly what I'm trying to think, that can truly express how I feel or how I've been feeling the last little while. We are in the middle of, well, not the middle, we're at the beginning of the fall, going into winter. And as I observe the trees changing, and I always think, but especially this here, that nature is constant. She's constant with what she teaches us. The fall, autumn, carries a deep wisdom. And the thing that we have, that we can count on at all times from nature, is the constancy, of never not changing. It is an evolution of experiences, of months after months, expressing herself through the seasons. And the thing that we can count on the most is change. That is a constant, and nature is a constant. And so I've been thinking about gratitude, how gratitude affects my life, how I am in a state of gratitude pretty much 24/7. I am at awe at the colors. I look at these roses. They're not from here, they're from Colombia. I don't believe they were painted. I believe, people tell me, oh, those are painted. No, I know that our rose is this color, like a coral orange, beautiful color. And I'm so sad that there's no smell to them. No, there's no aroma, because they keep them in refrigerators, like I've told you before, and they travel thousands of miles, and by the time we get them in the flower shops or stores like Costco carries flowers, and other stores as well, but there's no, they don't carry the beautiful smell they have when they're out in their own element. Okay, now about gratitude. There are so many thoughts I have, and I've taken so many notes, but I have everything in here. And I want to tell you that I am so happy to be alive. I was driving on the freeway with one of my friends one day, some days ago. I believe it was not this weekend, and some days, about a week, I want to say, ago. And we saw a horrible accident. As we were driving, we were merging, and then on the opposite side, they were merging into the freeway somehow. No, actually, they were merging out, and we were merging in from the opposite sides. And the car, it turned several times. It was completely shattered. the window. And I don't know if anybody survived, because the way that the power and the way that how fast the car was going, I do not know, and I wish and pray that I hope that they were alive. And then I noticed many times, I know I'm going from one thing to the other, but I notice how people, they're texting and driving. And I notice how they deviate in the lines back and forth. And it's pretty much a big percentage of people texting. And they don't realize it's almost like drinking and driving, if not worse, because they're aware of what they're doing. When people are drinking and driving, they're not in their right mind, but these people are, and they are with their phones. And I notice they're driving and they're doing like this. That instant that they're doing down here, they're texting. That all it takes, one instant. I've done defensive driving when I used to work at the health department. I did it several times, and I remember how we were told. Way back then, we didn't have cells. We had pagers. But nevertheless, people, they used their pagers and they were looking at them or writing notes. Unfortunately, I knew of someone, in fact, it was a nurse, and she'd be writing notes after seeing a patient. She was writing notes as she was driving in the freeway. Well, I go back to gratitude again, and to tell you that I am so grateful to be alive, and I'm so grateful that I am aware of these things. And even if it's just me, then I can tell others that they can, do something. And think about the person next to you. Think about your own life. Think about your family. Think about if you have your grandchild in the car, what example you're giving them. And if something happens to you, God forbid you die, a horrible death, and then you cause someone else's death, that's even worse. Because if you die, well, you were on the phone and you were doing whatever and you were not minding and you brought it upon yourself. But to take someone else's life when you are conscious of what you're doing, that's sad. Okay, so I want to tell you, when I worked at the health department, I had many instances, especially on Fridays, when I had a little bit of extra time, when I had to do bookkeeping, and then I would have like 20 minutes extra where I had done all my work, and sometimes I didn't take lunch because I was so busy. I wanted to just get it done and out of the way. And I often asked my father, can you send me something interesting? I want to read something, or I want to inform me of something. Well, this one particular day, I was doing that, and then I turned my computer on. And I remember when I turned it on, I just started doing, Googling things and looking, and then I found this really odd name, Og Mandino. And I've never forgotten that name. And he was a writer. He was the author of many books. And one of the ones that he was very well known for was called The Greatest Miracle in the World. Now, I bought the book because I was really interested in the information that I was reading about, and it's very inspirational. But the thing that I love about this book, what it carries inside, it's a book about hope. It has a promise, and it gives you steps and simple rules that can help you perform a miracle in your life. And I believe that miracles is not supernatural. Do you know why? Because we are naturally, we are born to be naturally magicians, people that can manifest, and we do manifest. Everyone manifests their life, some consciously and some unconsciously, some positive and some negative. Why? Because if you are consciously doing manifesting, then you manifest things that you want. And usually, I'm sure they will be positive things for you, right? Now, if you're doing it unconsciously, then you probably will receive things that you are not expecting, and you don't care either way. So you get whatever, right? He wrote in this little book, there is a very special chapter, and I'm going to read the entire chapter. It has to be read because it's too special not to read it. And it's like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pages. And this man received a letter, and it's called the God Memorandum. And this is the thing that caught my eye when I asked my maker, I said, please, can you give me something today? And I found this, and I treasure it because I truly believe that God, our Creator, feels this way for us. And I feel this way because I accept these words for myself, and whoever wants to accept them. I feel that God sends messages to us through sometimes the most inconspicuous ways, through people, through books, through music, through nature, and through dreams. I have many dreams. I have to tell you that much of my life, I know the things that have happened in the past, I've been told through dreams, and I have many dreams in the future that haven't yet come to pass, but I know they will. And I know I'm in a spiritual path. And I'm going to note before I read this picture behind me was made for me by someone very dear to me, and it's a dream that I had many, many, many years ago. And it's my nephew, one of my nephews, Nick, and he's an amazing artist. And the dream I had, I'll tell you, I was trying to plant myself, and I was a tree, and I was going throughout the earth, all over the place, trying to find the perfect place. And it was so hard to find that I couldn't find. I no matter where I went, nope, this is not it, this is not it, this is not it, this is not it. And I remember looking down, I would look at my roots that were very deep, and they would kind of play to me. When I remember trees doing something like that, moving, was in the Lord of the Rings, remember? And I have a really wild imagination, and I have to tell you that when I meditate, usually later, I have amazing part dreams and part visions, and I also I come out of my body that I'm aware of. This specific dream, I was laughing. I was like a little girl, and I was a tree, and I would look at the branches. I would look at my hands, and my hands were not hands, were branches. And I was an oak tree, but the oak trees don't have flowers. But this particular tree was an oak tree, and the circumference was really wide. And then I had little birds all around me, and there were little white flowers. And I remember that I was high, like in the Himalayas, and the rocks, the mountains were very rugged and pointy, and the air was very cold and crisp. And then I found the perfect place to plant myself. And so what did I do? I was just moving myself all around. I moved myself, and then I started like this, planting myself, and I started to laugh. It was so cute, and I was not quite I was both an adult and a child at the same time. Well, I planted myself down, but I was above, way up by the mountains, very high, where I could see the clouds. And then all of a sudden, everything started to turn pink, like all around me. and my trunk was no longer brown, it turned pink, and it was vibrating, and it was very beautiful. And so my sweet nephew made this for me, and I just totally love it. He made it for me, and I got it some days ago, and I just am so in love with it. He's an amazing artist. Okay, so I'm going to tell you, I'm going to let you know that there's a being that if you don't know about him, for me, he's both a him and a her, father and mother to me. For me, God is a shapeshifter. God does not have a form like a man or a woman. He's both. And because he's both, he can turn into both. He's both mother with Mother Earth. Like that, I see that as the female side of God. And the Pachamama. I love that name, Pachamama or Gaia. Okay, and so I feel that it's very important for us to know, those that know that there is a God, that this father, mother knows you individually. Just like you, I don't know if everybody knows themselves very well, but if you do know yourself and the things that you don't know about you, he knows. He knows. I have to tell you that God is very much like a child in many ways. And it's so, how can I say, he's playful. And I wish that I could tell you how amazing my life has been up to now, having this relationship with him, because he makes me dream, and he inspires me through his music, through the nature music, through the books, through thought, through the little things that people don't notice. Sometimes when the light comes in a certain way through my window, and I catch it's like little tiny, what are they called? Like little rainbows, because I have crystals hanging on a branch. I've had it for many years, and I love crystals. And you can see it's so like magical. My grandkids, they love to walk in my room and they move them, and then the whole bedroom is just moving around with the prisms. Like in that movie, what was her name? That little gal. Oh, I can't think of her name right now because I got the music going. It'll come to me. And I don't want to waste my time, and I want to let you know about this here. The God Memorandum. This is for you. You from God. Take counsel. I hear your cry. It passes through the darkness, filters through the clouds, mingles with starlight, and finds its way to my head on the path of a sunbeam. I have anguished over the cry of a hare, choked to the noose of a snare. A sparrow tumbled from the nest of its mother, a child threshing helplessly in a pond, and a son shedding his blood on a cross. Know that I hear you also. Be at peace, be calm. I bring thee relief for your sorrow, for I know its cause and its cure. You weep for all of your childhood dreams that had vanished with the years. You weep for all of your self-esteem that has been corrupted by failure. You weep for all your potential that has been bartered for security. You weep for all of your individuality that has been trampled by mobs. You weep for all of your talent that has been wasted through misuse. You look upon yourself with disgrace, and you turn in terror from the image you see in the pool. Who is this mockery of humanity staring back at you with bloodless eyes of shame? Where is the grace of your manner, the beauty of your figure, the quickness of your movement, the clarity of your mind, the brilliance of your tongue? Who stole your goods? Is the thief's identity known to you as it is to me? Once you placed your head in a pillow of grass in your father's field and looked up at a cathedral of clouds and knew that all of the gold of Babylon would be yours in time. Once you read from many books and wrote on many tablets, convinced beyond any doubt that all the wisdom of Solomon would be equaled and surpassed by you, and the seasons would flow into years until, lo, you will reign supreme in your own Garden of Eden. Dost thou remember who implanted those plans and dreams and seeds of hope within you? You cannot. You have no memory of that moment when first you emerged from your mother's womb, and I placed my hand on your soft brow, and the secret I whispered in your small ear when I bestowed my blessings upon you. Remember our secret? You cannot. The passing years have destroyed your recollection, for they have filled your mind with fear and doubt and anxiety and remorse and hate, and there is no room for joyful memories where these beasts habitate. Weep no more, I am with you, and this moment is the dividing line of your life. All that has gone before is like unto no more than that time you slept within your mother's womb. What is past is dead. Let the dead bury the dead. This day you return from the living dead. This day, like unto Elijah with the widow's son, I stretch myself upon thee 3 times, and you live again. This day, like unto Elisha with the Shunamite's son, I put my mouth upon your mouth, and my eyes upon your eyes, and my hands upon your hands, and your flesh is warm again. This day, like unto Jesus at the tomb of Lazarus, I command you to come forth, and you will walk from your cave of doom to begin a new life. This is your birthday. This is your new date of birth. Your first life, like unto a play of the theater, was only a rehearsal. This time the curtain is up. The time the world watches and waits to applaud. This time you will not fail. Light your candles, share your cake, pour the wine. You have been reborn. Like a butterfly from its chrysalis you will fly as high as you wish, and neither the wasps nor dragonflies nor mantids of mankind shall obstruct your mission on your search for true riches of life. Feel my hand upon thy head. Attend to my wisdom. Let me share with you again the secret you heard at birth and forgot. You are my greatest miracle. You are the greatest miracle in the world. Those were the first words you ever heard. Then you cried. They all cried. You did not believe me then, and nothing has happened in the intervening years to correct your disbelief. For how could you be a miracle when you consider yourself a failure at the most menial of tasks? How can you be a miracle when you have little confidence in dealing with the most trivial of responsibilities? How can you be a miracle when you are shackled by debt and lie awake in torment over whence will come tomorrow's bread? Enough. The milk that is spilled is sour. Yet, how many prophets, how many wise men, how many poets, how many artists, how many composers, how many scientists, how many philosophers and messengers have I sent with word of your divinity, your potential for godliness, and the secrets of achievements? How did you treat them? Still I love you, and I am with you now. Through these words to fulfill the prophet who announced that the Lord shall set his hand again, the second time, to recover the remnant of his people. I have set my hand again. This is the second time. You are my remnant. It is of no avail to ask, haven't you known? Haven't you heard? Hasn't it been told to you from the beginning? Haven't you understood from the foundations of the earth? You have not known. You have not heard. You have not understood. You have been told that you are a divinity in disguise, a God playing a fool. You have been told that you are a special piece of work, noble in reason, infinite in faculties, expressed and admirable in form and moving, like an angel in action, like a God in apprehension. You have been told that you are the salt of the earth. You were given the secret even of moving mountains, of performing the impossible. You believed no one. You burned your map to happiness. You abandoned your claim to peace of mind. You muffed out the candles that had been placed along your destined path of glory. And then you stumbled, lost and frightened, in the darkness of futility and self-pity, until you fell into a hell of your own creation. Then you cried and beat your breast and cursed the luck that had befallen you. You refused to accept the consequences of your own petty thoughts and lazy deeds, and you searched for a scapegoat on which to blame your failure. How quickly you found one. You blamed me. You cried that your handicaps, your mediocrity, your lack of opportunity, your failures were the will of God. You were wrong. Let us take inventory. Let us first call a roll of your handicaps. For how can I ask you to build a new life lest you have the tools? Are you blind? Does the sun rise and fall without your witness? No, you can see. And the 100 million receptors I have placed in your eyes enable you to enjoy the magic of a leaf, a snowflake, a pond, an eagle, a child, a cloud, a star, a rose, a rainbow, and the look of love. Count one blessing. Are you deaf? Can a baby laugh or cry without your attention? No, you can hear. And the 24,000 fibers I have built in each of your ears vibrate to the wind in the trees, the tides on the rocks, the majesty of an opera, a robin's plea, children at play, and the words I love you. Count another blessing. Are you mute? Do your lips move and bring forth only spittle? No, you can speak, as can no other of my creatures, and your words can calm the angry, uplift the despotent, goad the quitter, cheer the unhappy, warm the lonely, praise the worthy, encourage the defeated, teach the ignorant, and say, I love you. Count another blessing. Are you paralyzed? Does your helpless form despoil the land? No, you can move. You are not a tree condemned to a small plot while the wind and world abuses you. You can stretch and run and dance and work, for within you I have designed 500 muscles, 200 bones, and 7 miles of nerve fiber, all synchronized by me to do your bidding. Count another blessing. Are you unloved and unloving? Does loneliness engulf you night and day? No, no more, for now you know love's secret, that to receive love it must be given with no thought of its return. To love for fulfillment, satisfaction, or pride is no love. Love is a gift on which no return is demanded. Now you know that to love unselfishly is its own reward. And even should love not be returned, it is not lost. For love and reciprocated will flow back. For love not reciprocated will flow back to you and soften and purify your heart. Count another blessing. Count twice. Is your heart stricken? Does it leak and strain to sustain your life? No, your heart is strong. Touch your chest and feel its rhythm, pulsating hour after hour, day and night. 36 million beats each year, year after year, asleep or awake, pumping your blood through more than 60,000 miles of veins, arteries, and tubing. Pumping more than 600,000 gallons each year. Man has never created such a machine. Count another blessing. Are you diseased of skin? Do people turn in horror when you approach? No, Your skin is clear and a marvel of creation, needing only that you tend to it with soap and oil and brush and care. In time, all steels will tarnish and rust, but not your skin. Eventually, the strongest of metals will wear with use, but not the layer that I have constructed around you. Constantly it renews itself, old cells replaced by new, just as the old you is now replaced by the new. Count another blessing. Are your lungs defouled? Does the breath of life struggle to enter your body? No. Your portholes of life support you even in the vilest of environments of your own making, and they labor always to filter life-giving oxygen through 600 million pockets of folded flesh, while they rid your body of gaseous waste. Count another blessing. Is your blood poisoned? Is it diluted with water and pus? No. Within you, 5 quarts of blood are 22 trillion blood cells, and within each cell are millions of molecules, and within each molecule is an atom oscillating at more than 10 million times each second. Each second, 2 million of your blood cells die to be replaced by 2 million more in a resurrection that has continued since your first birth. As it has always been inside, so now it is on your outside. Count another blessing. Are you feeble of mind? Can you no longer think for yourself? No, your brain is the most complex structure in the universe. I know. Within it, its 3 pounds are 13 billion nerve cells, more than 3 times as many cells as there are people on your earth, to help you file away every perception, every sound, every taste, every smell, every action you have experienced since the day of your birth. I have implanted within your cells more than 1,000 billion protein molecules. Every incident in your life is there waiting only your recall. And to assist your brain in the control of your body, I have dispersed throughout your form 4 million pain-sensitive structures, 500,000 touch detectors, and more than 200,000 temperature detectors. No nation's gold is better protected than you. None of your ancient wonders are greater than you. You are my finest creation. Within you is enough atomic energy to destroy any of the world's great cities and rebuild it. Are you poor? Is there no gold or silver in your purse? No, you are rich. Together we have just counted your wealth. Study the list, count them again, tally your assets. Why have you betrayed yourself? Why have you cried that all the blessings of humanity were removed from you? Why did you receive yourself that you were powerless to change your life? Are you without talent, senses, abilities, pleasures, instincts, sensations, and pride? Are you without hope? Why do you cringe in the shadows, a giant defeated, awaiting only sympathetic transport into the welcome void and dampness of hell? You have so much. Your blessing overflow your cups. Your blessings overflow your cup. And you have been unmindful of them, like a child spoiled in luxury, since I have bestowed them upon you with generosity and regularity. Answer me. Answer yourself. What rich man, old and sick, feeble and helpless, would not exchange all the gold in his vault for the blessings you have treated so lightly? Know then the first secret to happiness and success that you possess even now every blessing necessary to achieve great glory. They are your treasure, your tools with which you to build, starting today, the foundation for a new and better life. Therefore, I say unto you, count your blessings and know that you already are my greatest creation. This is the first law you must obey in order to perform the greatest miracle in the world. the return of your humanity from living death. And be grateful for your lessons learned in poverty, for he is not poor who has little, only he that desires much. And true security lies not in the things one has, but in the things one can do without. Where are the handicaps that produce your failure? They existed only in your mind. Count your blessings. And the second law is like unto the first. Proclaim your rarity. You had condemned yourself to a potter's field, and there you lay, unable to forgive your own failure, destroying yourself with self-hate, self-incrimination, and revulsion at your crimes against yourself and others. Are you not perplexed? Do you not wonder why I am able to forgive your failures, your transgressions, your pitiful demeanor, when you cannot forgive yourself? I address you now for 3 reasons. You need me. You're not one of a herd heading for destruction in a gray mass of mediocrity. And you are a great rarity. Consider a painting of Rembrandt, or a bronze by Degas, or a violin by Stradivarius, or a play by Shakespeare. They have great value for 2 reasons. Their creators were masters, and they are few in number, yet there are more than one of each of these. And that reasoning, you are the most valuable treasure on the face of the earth, for you know who created you, and there is only one of you. And you know, besides this, in your thumb, you are different. Every person's, your thumb, when you have to make your, to do your passport, and it's that print, there's only one handprint like yours. No one else has one like yours. Only you do. And you are unlike no one else. You are all on your own. And you are the most valuable treasure here on the face of the earth. Never in all of the 70 billion humans who have walked this planet since the beginning of time has there been anyone exactly like you. Never until the end of time will there be another such as you. Never. You have shown no knowledge or appreciation of your uniqueness, yet you are the rarest thing in the world. From your Father, in his moment of supreme love, flowed countless seeds of love, more than 400 million in number. All of them, as they swam within your mother, gave up the ghost and died. All except one, you. You alone persevere within the loving warmth of your mother's body, searching for your other half, a single cell from your mother so small that more than 2 million would be necessary to fill an acorn shell. Yet, despite impossible odds, in that vast oceans of darkness and disaster, you persevered, found that an infinitesimal cell, joined with it, and began a new life, your life. You arrived bringing with you, as does every child, the message that I was not yet discouraged of man. 2 cells now united in a miracle, 2 cells each containing 23 chromosomes, and within each chromosome hundreds of genes which would govern every characteristic about you, from the color of your eyes to the charm of your manner, to the size of your brain, with all of the combinations at my command, beginning with that single sperm from your father's 400 million, through the hundreds of genes in each of the chromosomes from your mother and father. I could have created 300,000 billion humans, each different from the other. But who did I bring forth? You. One of a kind, rarest of the rare, a priceless treasure, possessed of qualities in mind and speech and movement and appearance and actions as no other who has ever lived, lives, or shall live. Why have you valued yourself in pennies when you are worth a king's ransom? Why did you listen to those who demeaned you? And far worse, why did you believe them? Take counsel. No longer hide your rarity in the dark. Bring it forth. Show the world. Strive not to walk as your brother walks, nor talk as your leader talks, nor labor as do the mediocre. Never do as another. Never, ever imitate. For how do you know that you may not imitate evil? And he who imitates evil always goes beyond the example set, while he who imitates what is good always falls short. Imitate no one. Be yourself. Show your rarity to the world, and they will shower you with gold. This then is the second law. Proclaim your rarity, and now you have proclaimed, received 2 laws. Count your blessings, proclaim your rarity. You have no handicaps. You are not mediocre. You nod. You force a smile. You admit your self-deception. What of your next complaint? Opportunity never seeks thee. Take counsel, and it shall come to pass. For now I give you the law of success in every venture. Many centuries ago, this law was given to your forefathers from a mountaintop. Some heeded the law, and lo, their life was filled with the fruit of happiness, accomplishment, gold, and peace of mind. Most listened not, for they sought magic means, devious routes, or waited for the devil called luck to deliver to them the riches of life. They waited in vain, just as you waited, and then they wept as you wept, blaming their lack of fortune on my will. The law is simple, young or old, pauper or king, white or black, male or female, all can use the secret to their advantage. For of all the rules and speeches and scriptures of success and how to attain it, only one method has never failed. Whomsoever shall compel thee to go with him 1 mile, go with him 2. This then is the third law, the secret that will produce riches and acclaim beyond your dreams. Go another mile. The only certain means of success is to render more and better service than is expected of you, no matter what your task may be. This is a habit followed by all successful people since the beginning of time. Therefore, I said, the surest way to doom yourself to mediocrity is to perform only the work for which you are paid. Think not ye are being cheated if you deliver more than the silver you receive, for there is a pendulum to all life, and the sweat you deliver, if not rewarded today, will swing back tomorrow tenfold. The mediocre never goes another mile, for why should he cheat himself, he thinks. But you are not mediocre. To go another mile is a privilege you must appropriate by your own initiative. You must not avoid it, neglect it. Do only as little as the others, and the responsibility for your failure is yours alone. You can no more render service without receiving just compensation than you can withhold the rendering of it without suffering the loss of reward. Cause and effect, means and ends, seed and fruit, these cannot be separated. The effect already blooms in the cause, the end pre-exists in the means, and the fruit is always in the seed. Go another mile. Concern yourself not should you serve as ungrateful master. As you serve an ungrateful master, serve him more. And instead of him, let it be me who is in your debt, for then you will know that every minute, every stroke of extra service will be repaid. And worry not, should your reward not come soon, for the longer payment is withheld, the better for you. And compound interest on compound interest is this law's greatest benefit. Go another mile. Where is this field whence you cried there was no opportunity? Look around thee. See, where only yesterday You wallowed on the refuse of self-pity. You now walk tall on a carpet of gold. Nothing has changed except you, but you are everything. You are my greatest miracle. You are the greatest miracle in the world. And now the laws of happiness and success are 3. Count your blessings, proclaim your rarity, go another mile. Be patient with your progress, to count your blessings with gratitude, to proclaim your rarity with pride, to go an extra mile and then another. These acts are not accomplished in the blinking of an eye, yet that which you acquire with most difficulty, you retain the longest, as those who have earned a fortune are more careful of it than those by whom it was inherited. And fear not as you enter your new life. Every noble acquisition is attended with its risk. He who fears to encounter the one must not expect to obtain the other. Now you know you are a miracle, and there is no fear in a miracle. Be proud. You're not the momentary whim of a careless creator experimenting in the laboratory of life. You are not a slave of forces that you cannot comprehend. You are a free manifestation of no force but mine, of no love but mine. You were made with a purpose. Feel my hand, hear my words. You need me and I need you. We have a world to rebuild, and if it requireth a miracle, what is that to us? We are both miracles, and now we have each other. Never have I lost faith in you since the day when I first spun you from a giant wave and tossed you helplessly in the sands. As you measured time that was more than 500 million years ago, there were many models, many shapes, many sizes before I reached perfection in you more than 30,000 years ago. I have made no further effort to improve on you in all these years. For how could one improve on a miracle? You were a marvel to behold, and I was pleased. I gave you this world and dominion over it, then to enable you to reach your full potential. I placed my hand upon you once more and endowed you with powers unknown to any other creature in the universe, even unto this day. I gave you the power to think. I gave you the power to love. I gave you the power to will. I gave you the power to laugh. I gave you the power to imagine. I gave you the power to create. I gave you the power to plan. I gave you the power to speak. I gave you the power to pray. My pride in you knew no bounds. You were my ultimate creation, my greatest miracle, a complete living being, one who can adjust to any climate, any hardship, any challenge, one who can manage its own destiny without any interference from me, one who can translate a sensation or perception, not by instinct, but by thought and deliberation, into whatever action is best for himself and all humanity. Thus we come to the 4th law of success and happiness. For I gave you one more power, a power so great that not even my angels possess it. I gave you the power to choose. Why this gift? I placed you even above my angels, for angels are not free to choose sin. I gave you complete control over your destiny. I told you to determine for yourself your own nature in accordance with your own free will. Neither heavenly nor earthly in nature, you were free to fashion yourself in whatever form you preferred. You had the power to choose to degenerate into the lowest forms of life, but you also had the power out of your soul's judgment to be reborn into the highest forms, which are divine. I have never withdrawn your great power, the power to choose. What have you done with this tremendous force? Look at yourself. Think of the choices you have made in your life and recall now those bitter moments when you would fall to your knees if only you had the opportunity to choose again. What is past, and now you know the fourth. Great love, happiness, and success. Use wisely your power of choice. Choose to love rather than hate. Choose to laugh rather than cry. Choose to create rather than destroy. Choose to persevere rather than quit. Choose to praise rather than gossip. Choose to heal rather than wound. Choose to give rather than steal. Choose to act rather than procrastinate. Choose to grow rather than rot. Choose to pray rather than curse. Choose to live rather than die. Now you know that your misfortunes were not my will, for all power was vested in you, and the accumulation of deeds and thoughts which placed you on the refuse of humanity were your doing, not mine. My gifts of power were too large for your small nature. Now you have grown tall and wise, and the fruits of the land will be yours. You're more than a human being. You are a human becoming. You are capable of great wonders. Your potential is unlimited. Who else among my creatures has mastered fire? Who else among my creatures has conquered gravity, has pierced the heavens, has conquered disease and pestilence and drought? Never demean yourself again. Never settle for the crumbs of life. Never hide your talents from this day hence. Remember the child who says, "When I am a big boy." What is that? But what is that? For the big boy says, "When I grow up." And then grow up, he says, "When I am wed." But to be wed, what is that? After all, the thought then changes to "when I retire." And then retirement comes, and he looks back over the landscape traversed. A cold wind sweeps over it, and somehow he has missed it all, and it is gone. Enjoy this day today and tomorrow. Tomorrow, you have performed the greatest miracle in the world. You have returned from a living death. You will feel self-pity no more, and each new day will be a challenge and a joy. You have been born again, but just as before, you can choose failure and despair or success and happiness. The choice is yours. The choice is exclusively yours. I can only watch as before in pride or sorrow. Remember then the 4 laws of happiness and success. Count your blessings. Proclaim your rarity. Go another mile. Use wisely your power of choice. And one more to fulfill the other 4. Do all things with love. Love for yourself, love for all others, and love for me. Wipe away your tears. Reach out. Grasp my hand and stand straight. Let me cut the gray cloth that have bound you. This day you have been notified. You are the greatest miracle in the world. Yes, you are. You are the greatest miracle. And this is why it's so important to know thyself. This is why it's so important to do the work of knowing yourself, to learning about your shadow side and your light side, and work with the things you carry and the things you have collected throughout the years that you carry in your mind, in your body. Your body's tired, your mind is tired. Free yourself from all the things that are holding you prisoner. This, where we are at, is a matrix. It's an illusion. Find your real life. Create a whole new world for yourselves. It can be done. I'm doing it. There's so much more that I would love to share with you, but I am not allowed to right now. In the future, perhaps I will and tell you the things. But fine, you are your own guru. You are your own guide. But before we get to that point, we need to accept and realize the things that where we have been walking wrong, and be light with ourselves, and forgive whatever things may hold us back from becoming the best version of ourselves, and trust in you, and see the miracle that you are. You are much greater than what you think you are. You have much more power than what you think you have, and you are not powerless. This world that we live in, it is a garden of possibilities, but you get to choose. Like I've told you before, I cannot stress enough how important it is for you to love yourself and fill your cup. Fill your cup to the rim so it can just overflow with love for you, and praise yourself and be happy for the things that you have accomplished. Give yourself credit. And if no one else does, who cares? Validate yourself. Give yourself validation. You fill yourself. You give your cup. Fill your cup with beautiful things. That way, when you come in the future out into the world and you want to be in a relationship, you are already filled. No one needs to fill you. No one needs to fill you. Be independent and be not codependent on others. Be codependent on your Creator and yourself. And He gives you the best ideas. And I am so happy with my life, and I don't know what to tell you. I love my life. I love the things I'm experiencing. I love the dreams I have. I love the messages that I get from the heavens and from my spiritual guides and my ancestors. I am happy to see this new world that will begin. I'm happy to see that people are going to start seeing the truth for themselves, and create a better world for themselves. And anyway, I'm happy, and thank you for your time, for coming here and listening. I hope that you got something, and I hope that I did not make too many mistakes. I know that I have an accent because I speak different languages, and I've never been able to quite master the one or the other. So I'm kind of, kind of like a Jane of all trades, and yeah. But with that said, I wish you all a beautiful day, the rest of your day, wherever you may find yourselves. And thank you for being and coming to my channel. And if you would like, you're welcome to subscribe to my channel. And if you want to make any comments, you're also welcome to do that. And if you don't, that's okay. Then just stop by, and I'm grateful for your time. And I hope that I could provide something good for you that made your life happy, and brought some joy to you, and make you feel special, because you are much loved by the universe, and your ancestors, your spirit guides, the angels, but most of all, your Creator, your Father, Mother. And have a wonderful day, and till the next time I see you, I love you, my beautiful soul family. Bye.